What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a sketch illustration of a T-Rex from Jurassic World. I'll begin today's lesson with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now if you don't have a mech pencil, anything you have around the house will work just fine. Now I want to begin by breaking down the basic shape and composition of our drawing before we get into the details. So let's start with some guidelines. We're going to start at the very top in the middle. I'm just going to draw a line coming all the way down towards the bottom of our page. Let's go back to the center, draw another line going across from left to right. Now I'm going to use these two lines to help us create a circle in the center of our page. So from that center point, let's move up to right about here. Just going to mark that off. Let's measure this distance from the center down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Now I want to repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center over towards the left and then the right side. And we want to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So let's start with the top left and just roughly work our way around. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get the right size and placement in the center of our page. We're just going to go back around to smooth this out as best we can. Now from the top of our circle, let's draw a straight line going all the way across towards the right. And then from the bottom of our circle, we're going to go all the way across from left to right. Now with our circle and guidelines in place, let's start adding some shape to the head. We start from that center point, we're going to draw a straight angled line going up towards the top right. Just splitting this area in half. Now I'm going to follow the mouth going all the way out towards the edge to right about here. We want to curve this up and then in towards the top of our circle. So start by going straight up, round this out, and then bend that in. Let's go back up to this point. We're going to draw another angled line coming down toward that center line. Now we want to open up the jaw. We're going to come all the way down towards the bottom, draw a straight angled line going up towards the right side of our circle. Let's flatten off the bottom. Now we're going to angle this up and then over towards the left, towards the center line. Let's go back over towards the left side, angle this down so you can see the bottom edge of the mouth coming in. Now along the top of our circle, we're just going to flare the brow going out. So let's start from the center, going out and then up to right about there. Let's curve this up towards the left, towards the same height. And then from the end, bend this down and then in on top of our circle. Let's take this line, I'm just going to round up the back of the neck, coming all the way across towards the right. Let's go down to this point and draw that same curve. Now it's going to add some extra skin underneath. So we're going to step down from the jaw, bend this across and over across the edge of the neck. Now let's go back and add a second level of detail. We're going to take this curve, step down, and just trace that across on both sides, on the left and right side. And now I want to push the eye socket in underneath the brow. Let's start from this point, curve this around, and then out. Curves up and then across towards the right. Now in this area right here, draw a small circle for the eyeball. Now with our rough sketch in place, let's go back and erase some of these guidelines so we can get a better look at our drawing. Now once we clean up our drawing, I want to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us layer on some more details and refine the shapes. Let's start with the top edge of the brow. We start with this curve. It's going to go up towards the top of the brow, just flare that out. Now from here it's going to work our way across the edge of the head. Going across and bring that down, round this out, pull that back in. Let's go back to the eye fold. Work our way around the eye. Now right here, I'm just going to add a little bit more shape to the eyeball. Let's bring a little fold on top. And then in the center, draw a small line for the pupil. Now from the eye, I'm just going to work our way around, just adding some more folds. Let's go all the way over towards the left side. We're going to add the nostril. We're going to go up, across, tuck that in behind. Just going to lightly shade the inside. Add a fold going around. Now we want to add some more shape to the outside of the head. Just going to pull out the lip, a little bump. Now right here, you're going to see the back side of the nostril going up. Just tuck that in add a few bumps across the top of the head. Coming in towards the brow. Now right here, we're just going to blend this into the brow, going up. Let's round out that corner, and then bring that down on top of the head. Let's round out that outside corner, just taking out that sharp point. Now I want to add some more shape to the edge of the mouth. So we're going to pull this up in the middle, come down. Now pulling this up towards the eye. Let's add one more bump, coming down and then up towards the corner of the mouth. Let's work our way across the lower jaw. Now I'm just going to remove that straight line, make it look a little bit more natural, and then round out the bottom of the mouth. Let's draw the back side of the mouth right here. Start by bending this down, but almost mimicking this shape right here around the front, going up towards the edge of the mouth. Now let's beef up the jaw, coming all the way down, make it a little bit bigger, coming in. I'm just going to add a little fold across the jawline, then round out the chin. Let's add that flesh going across the neck. Go back and do another cleanup before we add some more detail and shading. Now I'm going to go back and add those top row of teeth, starting from the outside, bending this in, and then tapering that up so it gets thicker along the top. Add a few smaller teeth in the center, and go larger around the side. Now I just want to bring these teeth up towards the edge of the mouth on the right side. I'm just going to overlap the teeth on the top, the back of the mouth, just to help break up that silhouette. Let's add that cartilage around the corner of the mouth. And we're going to draw the back row of teeth in behind, just following this guideline. It's going to add a little bit more shape to the edge of the mouth. So I'm just going to bring this down a little bit lower, round that out, and come down. Just going to stretch that skin across the side. Let's go back and just erase that underlying sketch. And you can see that at any stage, you can go back and just readjust your drawing. Now, once we're happy with the proportions, I'm going to go in and start darkening up our contours. So I'm going to start with this ridge first. I just want to add some folds and wrinkles along the edge, just taking out that sharp curve. So just adding some folds going up and then across towards the right. And we're just going to work our way across the edge of the brow. Now right here, coming down across that socket, and adding a fold. Now inside the socket, we're just going to layer on some more wrinkles and folds. Just working our way around that eye. Now I'm just going to continue to add some wrinkles going across. Stretching that skin inside. Now from the bottom of the eye, I'm just going to round out the edge of that cheek, coming in towards the mouth. And then from the edge of the mouth, we're going to pull this up. So adding those folds going across towards the corner of the mouth. I'm just going to work my way across the top of the brow. Got a few little points and bumps across the edge, and then fade that down. Now the back of the neck, I'm also going to add some more bumps. Just following that guideline, that rough sketch underneath. And then fading that out. Working across the bottom edge of the mouth. Again, now we're just going to pull these little wrinkles and folds going up. Still pointing these up towards the right side. I'm just going to layer the teeth underneath. And then we'll draw the back row of teeth, and we're going to push these into a little bit of a silhouette. So we just want to trace the contours. Just joining the teeth on the edge. Now inside the mouth, from the back of the throat, we're going to draw the tongue coming down. It's going to cross the edge of the mouth, again to just break up the silhouette. And pull that back in. Let's draw on the teeth. We'll start with the outside. I'm going to go in behind the tongue. Draw that skin across the back. Add some folds across the neck. And I want to stretch this flesh in the corner of the mouth. So just adding these little tension lines going across. And now I'm going to move to the side edge of my 2mm pencil to add some light shadows. So we're going to push this area of the eye socket in. So we want to push this into shadow so it's darker along the top. And then we'll fade that down, going around the eyeball. Now the light source is going to be located along the top of our character going across. So the shadows will sit along the bottom edge of each shape, and then the highlights will sit along the top. So again, this ridge of the brow is going to cast a shadow. So I'm just going to darken up the top and fade that down. Now along this edge, I'm just going to step up, just add almost like a reflective shadow going up. So there's a little bit of a highlight along the bottom. I'm just going to fade that up. Do the same thing across the mouth. Just darkening up the bottom edge and then fading that up. Now I want to darken up the back side of the mouth, just blending that into the teeth. So again, the teeth and the underside of the mouth will be pushed into a silhouette. And this will help the front row teeth stand out. I'm going to darken up the inside of the mouth. back of the tongue and then fade that forward. I want to go ahead and start adding some markings and stripes. So we start with the bottom edge of that upper jaw. Just pulling these darker lines going across. They look like little stripes. So adding a couple across the top of the brow. And then the lower jaw. So these stripes start off a little bit thicker, and we'll just taper them out. Now in this little area here, we're just going to push this in, so I want to give some curvature to those stripes. Just bending them over toward the left, and then back over towards the right. So we have a little bit of a bend. And now we can go in and just layer on some fine details on top. So along the edge of the mouth, I'm just going to add some light scales. These little curves going across. And you want to vary the size so it looks a little bit more natural. Also adding some scales on top. And we'll just fade those out. Let's go along the top. I just want to add a little bit more contrast to our drawing. I'm just going to darken up the darkest areas of the head, which will be the back of the throat. This is where the least amount of light will come. And I'm also going to enhance that eye by darkening up the top of that shadow. Now, as we get closer to the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows and details, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of a T-Rex from Jurassic World. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please be sure to subscribe for more videos each week where I'll show you how to draw different characters just like this. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hey there, if you're looking to improve your art skills, I got something really special for you. Join our Doodler Art Club and gain access to weekly sketch workshops, art camps, courses, and a supportive community of fellow artists just like you. It's just $1 a month, less than a cup of coffee. My name is Marty and I've worked with professional artists in the video game and film industry for over 2 decades. I've trained hundreds of artists around the world and I perfected my craft to teach millions of people just like you how to draw through my YouTube channels. Now it's your turn. Start your artistic journey today and see the difference consistent practice can make. Click the join button on my channel homepage or visit the link in the description below. Stay creative and I'll see you on the inside.